Hi, I'm Presley Poe. I'm an international educator specializing in hair cutting and hair color. I'm here with the power of the collective, and today we're going to discuss how to do a trim on curly hair with my beautiful model,
Camila.
Today I'm going to show you how to do a trim on curly hair in just 2 subsections. Now I know that we may get a little overwhelmed being in big, beautiful curls, but I promise you it's so easy. We've started by sectioning the hair in 2 subsections. Now, first and foremost, we have to understand the curl pattern that we're working with because believe it or not, hair actually is going to work for you. Curls will lift themselves. They are in and of themselves volume, movement, and texture. So, how do I know what her curl pattern is if her hair is brushed out? Check this out. All you need is to look at the dent in the curl pattern. If you can place your finger inside, that means that the ringlets are about 1 inch in circumference. The more space in between, the bigger the curl pattern. So this tells me that with how full her hair gets when it's brushed out and the pattern itself, that we could have really big hair if we wanted to. But we're going low volume today, long and draping curls. First, we're going to start by making sure that all of the zones are in place. So that means that the hair is going to lay in its natural living zone, just like this. Understanding our zonal placement chart and that her hair has its own trajectory out because of the texture of her hair and the tightness of her curl. I can create volume very quickly. We don't want volume, we want long and cascading. So if we go back to our cutting wheel, to protect density and length, we need over direction. So we're gonna take this entire subsection and we're gonna hold with tension. And we're gonna tilt her straight forward and watch how my hand is gonna travel in her hair. So 1, 2, 3, look all the way down, beautiful. So we save several inches and then we're just gonna drop all the way down. And here's what I want you to see. You can actually see where the density drops off in the hair and where we have the soft fluff. This is going to make the hair look like it is less dense at the perimeter. So we're gonna cut right up to this line here. Using my From Art detangling brush, I'm going to go in vertical subsections and make sure that there's no lumps, bumps, or tangles inside the hair before we cut. So vertical subsections, and you can see just how easily this brush glides through the hair. There's no discomfort for our client. It wouldn't be a luxury service if we did that, would it? So here we go. Just brushing all the hair into its zones where it's naturally going to live. I'm going to take a little bit of my previous subsection, so 1/4 of my previous subsection, and then continue with tension. She's going to 1, 2, 3, look down to see how many inches it traveled. And then we're gonna hold with tension all the way down until we get to that density. There's my guide from the other side. There's my guide from the front. You can see my density zone and the hair we're going to take off. I know that the hair is still brushed out evenly in its zones, and now we're gonna go back and cross-check the entire perimeter in one. Holding the hair in a ponytail, you're going to come back down with tension and just make sure everything aligns nice and smooth, which looks great. So we've just got some soft fuzzies. We've separated the hair back into its 2 subsections, and now we're going to connect the back to the front. First, we're going to create a soft U shape before our face frame. We're going to allow the hair to continue to lay in its zones, gently over-directing over the shoulder. Going back in with tension and referring back to our wheel. We want it to bevel, we want it to be soft, and we want to keep the density and the length. That means over direction. So here we go, 1, 2, 3, you're gonna tilt to your opposite shoulder, beautiful. And you can see all the length that was preserved in my hand, and then we're gonna go back down and do the same thing we did in the back. We've separated the face frame from our subsection, and we're ready to connect the fringe that was previously cut into our full length. In order to keep the shape strong, long, and soft, we need to utilize over direction and no tension here. So the easiest way for me to get to the outside here is just simply have her turn towards me. This allows me to see how far the hair will cascade and also shows me the longest point. We're gonna start by connecting the fringe into our first subsection here. I'm gently going to go just over the outside here, removing the least amount of hair possible to get that connection with no tension. It may look like a little now, but I promise you it's gonna make a big impact. We're gonna repeat that process on the opposite side. In finishing our haircut, in and of itself, I saw that we have two pretty heavy sections here where she once had fringe. So I'm gonna teach you a quick and simple way to deconstruct volume in curls. Going back to our cutting wheel, over direction tells us that we can build volume or deconstruct volume. So I'm going to take the hair that lives here and heavy, and I'm going to over direct to the opposite side so that I can deconstruct volume from the inside. Once the hair is over directed, it's important to understand where you're cutting and why. Anywhere 3 inches close to the scalp is gonna build. If you cut across the grain of the hair like this, you will also build. This is going to deconstruct. So follow along as I show you how simple and easy it is to get rid of that weight line. I'm gonna walk this over and see just how good we did. So much better. Yay. All right, and we're gonna do it one more time on this side. And walking that side back as well. Beautiful. I'd say we got this side really well, and this side still has a little bit of work to do, so let's get down to it. I'm just feeling the hair right now, and I can see that this is a heavier structure than what's next to it. There we go. Next step is wash and style. I cannot wait for you to see the transformation of these curls once they've hit a little bit of moisture. We're back, and as promised, the big reveal. Are you ready to see the revival of these curls? Because let me tell you, it was magic for me, and I hope her as well. And you, now, can we get a little shake on that hair? Just give it a little like that. Yeah, so good. We love this. Thank you. Can we even? We got all of our length. We've got our curl. We've got dimension. Now let's see it from the front with that face framing we did earlier, removing that bulk. So we've got 3 key points of our haircut today. Sometimes less is more, meaning a trim matters, okay? Removing bulk without removing length, hair that we did in the front. And just the revive that curls need moisture. And that was the #1 thing we did in the shampoo bowl today with her is moisture, moisture, moisture. Thank you so much for being here with me again today. I am Presley Poe with Power of the Collective.